Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. This is the 1 month chart, and I'm going to go through my charts, my beautiful Japanese candles with you shortly. And we'll talk about where Tesla might be going short term and long term here. But Grandpa wants to talk a little bit about Tesla and Israel and who's going to control the world currency, who's going to be the head of the world, control the reserve currency, be it like the U.S. does now, after the USA, after the USA loses it. Who are they going to lose it to? In the past, the Dutch had it. Way back, the Romans had it. After the Dutch, the British got control. But, when the British, the Dutch, they were getting fat and sassy and no longer working and no longer productive, and they were in the decline. And they lived off credit. British did much the same. They got fat and sassy, and their children never had a real job, and they weren't productive, and they were in a decline, and Germany was on the rise. Germany was taking over country after country, killing Jews all over the place, 6 million of them, and they wanted to rule the world. Looked like they were going to. Looked like they were going to control the reserve currency of the world and be the head dog. Looked like Germany. Just like it looks like China's coming up to the stage right now. Very possibly. They're on the gain. There's a lot of talk about China being the next reserve currency. But Grandpa don't think so. After the massacre by Hamas over in Israel, who went over there to visit and toured the devastation with Israeli leaders? Elon did. Elon, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and others. He went over, and I'm confident that Elon is sharing as much knowledge as he can with those Israelis. And just Grandpa's opinion. And speaking of knowledge, Israel is probably, rating-wise, the second or third most powerful country in the whole world. There's a reason China and Russia don't attack Israel straight heads up, because they'd be annihilated. Israel is extremely powerful. And if you don't know that, you figure it out. Technology. The U.S. buys missiles, defense and otherwise, from Israel because they're so advanced. Their people are productive. They have productivity. Their debt is minimal compared to just about anyone else. And if you have debt that you're using to be more productive, say you buy a tractor with your debt so that you can make more money so you can pay off the tractor, that's good. That helps the world. But if you just borrow money to buy a TV so that you can lay back and do nothing, kind of like Grandpa, then you aren't productive, and you denigrate your society. I must be denigrating my society. Oh no, Grandpa does talk on live stream, so I guess Grandma moves around way more than Grandpa. Let's see. So, technology-wise, Israel is very advanced. They are they are advanced, and somebody else that's advanced is Elon. He's very smart. He's invented these rockets that can go up and come back and land at SpaceX. Uh, he's got Tesla and whatever. I like Elon. Elon likes Israel, and so Germany thought, everybody thought at that time that very likely, I mean, Britain was on the edge of complete annihilation. They'd taken over France, Poland, everybody else, and they were just massacring whoever they wanted to. And it didn't look like nothing was going to stop them. And the USA stepped in, and our guys stopped them. It was a miracle that they were stopped. But you know, the Lord knows who He's putting in power, and good or bad, and there's always a reason for it. And He always works it out for good. And so the USA got to be the head, and but the next head of the reserve currency, the leader of the world, and this is biblical, is going to be Israel. Is China or somebody else going to get in there beforehand? I don't know for sure, but all I know is the last one's going to be Israel, and it'll be forever. It'll be the end of the cycle. There will be no one else after Israel. When the Lord comes back and establishes His kingdom, and He said He would in His word, it'll all be over. And He's going to come back to His people. And if you think about eternity, you can be there. That's the way it is. You've got to figure this out. Read your Bible. Do a little bit of research. Yeah, everybody thought Germany was on their way up, just like they're thinking China. But, I don't know the time. Nobody does. We don't know the hour, the day, or the time, but we know it's coming. And Israel will be the world leader. They'll run the reserve currency, and I'm pretty sure from what I've been thinking about lately, now this is Grandpa's opinion, that when the Lord comes back and establishes kingdom in heaven and Elon's over there with us all, then we're all going to get to drive a Tesla, because we don't want to pollute that new world. And, so a position of power, I believe that the Lord has given Elon his position in the world. I believe he's honest. I believe he's not what you call a king or a president, but he's got superpower because of his wealth and his knowledge and his productivity. He's got all the things that make a country great all by himself. Productivity from his people, no debt. The guy's cash flow rich. He's a superpower all on his own, and I believe he's on Israel's team because I believe the Lord made it that way, and that's a fact. That's what you're going to see, and I think it's going to transpire. They say the end is near. My youngest son's a pastor, and he always tells the story about the two monks. And they're standing alongside the highway, and they got a sign, and it says, "The end is near." And every time a car would go by, they'd wave that sign. "The end is near," they'd yell. And then they'd hear the crash. The next car would come and they'd yell, "The end is near." And a little while later, they heard the crash. The one monk says to the other one, "Maybe we should have wrote that the bridge is out." The bridge is out. So, okay, that's my opinion. It's a fact. I 100% believe that Israel is going to be the world leader, and I feel sorry for anybody that fights against them, because the Lord will take care of it for them. And that's just the way it is. Okay, so we're in the monthly chart here. We got a green candle. It's not the strongest candle I ever seen, but it's green. And we're moving straight sideways. But she's going to go up. Buy Tesla shares, because Tesla is going to be 5 to 7,000. I'm thinking 5,000 within 5 years, and I think it'd be a wise decision to own some. If you want to make a lot of money. Grandpa's got his goals. My goal is to have about 7,000 shares, and that's not no big deal for these big guys, but it's a big deal for Grandpa. Grandma, she wants 1,000, and we'll see where it goes. I add a little bit each month. Here we got the weekly. We have our weekly W. Hey, weekly and W. That's a W, weekly W. And she's coming down. She might bounce off our blue line here, but that's okay. She can go straight back up and continue that W for us, and that's what I think it's going to do. And the daily, we'll look at that. That's looking a little sickly, but that's okay. She pounded through our 50-day moving average. Now, you look at this, okay? You look at this candle. This is a borderline hammer candle. That's a strong signal for up, not down, okay? And here's one over here that's very similar. You got a long wick, and you got the hammer on top, and up she goes. And just saying, I think she might touch this line, and that Grandma wants 227. Is she going to get it? I don't know. Who knows? We're going to get 230, I think, at least. Hard to tell. But tomorrow's candle might have a long wick on the bottom, and off to the races we go. Or the next day. That's what Grandpa thinks. And long as we hold above 228, we're golden. We're on our way. And yeah, I like Elon. He went right over to Israel, and they hate him. When the mainstream media hates you and puts out false information, or false narratives, I should probably say, about you, you're probably doing something right. And I believe he is. And way more than we ever imagined behind the scenes is what I think. And that's the way it is. Buy Tesla. It's a buying opportunity. Any price you buy it at. I'll tell you what, when this thing is 1 or 2, 3,000, you're going to really be upset that you thought 230 or 250 was too much to pay for Tesla. Oh, I didn't want to buy at that price. I was holding out for 50 or 80 or 100. Just get some. Buy some at 100 too if it goes there. That's Grandma says, oh, brother. That's just the way it is. Okay. Grandpa's going to give it up for the night. Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I had enough. What has Grandpa been doing? Well, Grandma took a good nap. Grandpa's been eating salted in the shell peanuts and drinking root beer. My oldest son made it out of the blizzard and is heading down to Tennessee and then over to Florida trucking. And my friend is in Louisiana and he's got to get up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for that funeral. So it's going to be 10 below zero there when he gets there. Oh, man, life. I told him to send a card. But he said he couldn't because it was too good an uncle he asked to go. When you got a good uncle, you got to go. That's the way it is. Good uncles are hard to come by. All good things are from the Lord. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.